Hello everyone, my name is Suzanne and welcome to this 35-minute beginner flow. You don't need any props for today. We're going to start lying on our backs. So go ahead and lie down and set your feet on the floor really wide apart, pretty much at the long edges of your mat so that your knees can drop in towards the center. And bring both hands to your belly and just take a few deep breaths to transition into your practice, out of your day. Feel as you inhale how your belly expands up into your hands, and as you exhale, how it drops back down towards the floor. Now walk your feet together so they're touching, your feet are touching, your knees are touching. Pick up your hips and move them over towards the right, put them down. Then we're going to drop the knees to the left, and if it's okay for your neck, look to your right. So you're looking away from your knees. We're just starting with a gentle twist for the spine. And if this feels too intense for your back, then feel free to extend your bottom leg. So your left leg is going to be straight. And for now, just breathe into this twist. Noticing how especially your right lung, right side of your rib cage is getting a little more air. Feeling how the air fills your body and then leaves your body. Let's come back to the center and make our way to the other side. So you have to pick up your hips, move them over towards the other side, towards the left, and your knees drop right. Again, you can look over your left shoulder if that's okay for you. And feel free to take any variation of a twist that you took before, if that would feel good on this side. Now let's inhale and bring the knees up to the center. Then exhale, hug your knees into your chest and just roll a little bit from side to side, kind of massage your back with the floor. And we're going to take a happy baby. So grab the insides or outsides of your feet. See what works for you. And you usually have to kind of thread your arms in a sort of specific way. So your elbows are inside of your knees, but then your hands are on the outsides of your feet. And you can stay still or you can just rock from side to side. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest again. We're going to start to roll up and down the spine. So from the shoulders to the hips. And when you are up on your hips, trying to find a little micro moment of balance. Feel how your core is activating, your back muscles are waking up. And then come to balance on your hips. This is called a boat pose. And have your feet at the same height as your knees. You can keep holding on to your knees or you can reach your arms forward for a bit of a challenge. Hang in there and feel how the breath is speeding up. Then hug your knees into your chest, cross your ankles, put your hands on the floor out in front of you, and get yourself back into a tabletop position, so hands and knees. Get all of your joints stacked, so that means your shoulders are right over your wrists, your hips are right over your knees, and drop your belly, lift your chest. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, round your spine, kind of push the floor away, activate your upper back. And a few more. Inhale, think heavy belly, light heart. And the exhale is a Halloween cat, one of those cats with a super big curved back. Inhale for your cow, heavy belly. And exhale for your cat. Now inhale, find a neutral spine. We'll try something different. Look over your right shoulder at your right hip. Kind of bump your right hip over more into your view. Inhale, center. Exhale on the left. Look over your left shoulder, bump left hip over. As you inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, look to the right. And you're just alternating, always returning to center on that inhale. Now, push your hips back. Maybe open up your knees a little more. We're taking a child's pose. Reach your arms forward. Relax your forehead down. If you don't make it to the floor on your own, feel free to put a pillow underneath your forehead. Just take a few deep breaths here. This is where you can come if at any point you need a break during this video. It's totally fine if you do. Now we're going to inhale, look up at the hands, and then exhale and walk your hands over towards the right. They're going to probably go off of your mat. And the trick here is to kind of inhale and think longer with your left side. So maybe you can even crawl your left fingers forward a little bit more. And as you exhale, maybe you walk yourself over to the right a little bit more. And you can really pull your left hip back also to intensify this feeling of stretch, like a long curved line on the left side of your body. Let's come to the center and just try the other side. So now it's going to be the right hip drawing back, the right fingers maybe going like 2 centimeters more further away from you. And continuing that deep breath into the sides of your rib cage. Inhale to come back to the center. And exhale, come up to that tabletop position again. Get all your joints stacked, and this time make sure that your toes are tucked because we're going to make this a little more active. Drop your belly, lift your chest for cow, and exhale, round your spine for cat. Inhale through to cow, and lift up now. For cat, we're going to round, we're going to hold here, and we're going to pick the knees up off the floor. And we're going to put them down. Inhale through to cow, exhale through to cat, and again, lift the knees up. Strong core. And lowering them down. Inhale through to cow. Exhale through to cat and lift up. And we're going to hold here for 5, for 4. Keep pushing the floor away, rounding your spine. 3, 2, and 1. Put the knees down. Inhale through to cow. Exhale through to cat. Keep your knees on the floor. Because now we're going to inhale, come through to cow, and try and lift the knees up here. Really arch the back. And put the knees down. Exhale, round for cat. One more. Inhale. Cow. Pick those knees up. And lower them down. Exhale to cat. You're doing great. We're going to hold this last one. Inhale through to cow. Pick up your knees. Hold. 5, 4. Arch your back even more for 3, 2, 1. Push your hips back and up for our first downward facing dog. For downward facing dog, you generally want the feet about hips width distance apart, the hands about shoulder distance apart. But if you are new to the practice, then feel free to take your feet wider, to take your hands wider. We just generally want to feel like our back is really long. So if your knees are super bent, that's fine. Go ahead and pedal out your heels a little, but you generally want to feel that your back is really long. Now inhale, pick up your heels, and then exhale, walk your feet up to your hands. Get your feet right behind your wrists. Grab your elbows, drop your head, really bend your knees a lot, and give yourself a little shake, a little bounce, just see whatever feels good. Imagine all of the tension, the stress kind of sliding off of your body. Now release your hands down, keep your knees a little bent, and slowly roll your way up to a standing position. Keep your head heavy for as long as you possibly can. When you get to the top, inhale, reach your arms open into a big circle, and then bring your hands in front of your chest and your feet together. Inhale, open up your arms in that big circle again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back. So either you come up to your fingertips or you put your hands on your ankles. And exhale, step back to a plank position. We're just going to inhale here in plank. And then exhale, push the hips back for our downward facing dog. And every time you come back to down dog, kind of check in with your feet position, your hand position, your back feeling nice and long, and your breath. It's a good moment to kind of check in on everything. And if you ever feel like you need a break, you can always take a child's pose instead of a down dog. Inhale, pick up your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and step your feet up to your hands again. It might be a few steps, might be a big step. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, again, flat back. And exhale, fold. We're going to do one more of those. We're trying to build some back muscles. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. And then inhale all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up into a big circle. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, open up your arms again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Put your hands on the floor. Step back to that plank position. And now inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. And put your knees down on the floor. Bend your elbows and lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Inhale for an up dog. You peel a little bit of your chest, a little bit of your belly away from the floor. And then lower yourself down, tuck your toes, and take yourself back into a downward facing dog again. That was a vinyasa that we just did. That whole process from the plank down to the floor, through the up dog, back to down dog. We call that a vinyasa. And there are a few different variations of vinyasa. This is a more beginner-oriented one, just so you're aware. All right. Let's inhale to pick up the heels. And exhale, bend your knees, look at the hands, and we step the feet up to the hands again. Inhale, find a flat back once you get there. Exhale, fold forward, really drop your head. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach your arms open. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back. Put the hands on the floor, step back to that plank. Again, inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Exhale, lower the knees down, bend your elbows all the way down to the floor. Inhale for your up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes and take the hips back, downward facing dog. Doing really great, making sure your breath is still flowing. See how your body is feeling. Maybe things are starting to warm up and loosen up a little bit. Just notice how everything's feeling. Inhale, pick up your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look at the hands, and step your feet up to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach your arms open. Exhale, hands together. Now we're going to try a bit of a balance. Pick up your right leg and open your right knee out to the side such that you can put your right foot somewhere on your left leg, your standing leg. You can put it on the ankle, you can even put it on the floor a little bit. Once you have it settled, bring your hands to heart center. And it really helps with the balance to just focus your gaze on something solid. If you want a challenge, you can inhale and sweep your arms up towards the sky. And even trickier is to look up at the ceiling, look up at the sky. All right, nice job. We're going to bring the hands together to heart center. Kick that right knee forward for a second and take a big step back with that right foot. You want a good amount of distance between the feet, and your right toes are facing kind of diagonally off the mat, like 1 or 2 o'clock. Bring your hands to your hips, turn your hips forward so they both face the front of the mat, and then sweep your arms up, bringing your hands together if you can. You can also have your hands separated more like over your shoulders. This is a warrior 1. We're going to inhale here and exhale, turn this into a warrior 2. So you spin your back foot open. And now the outside edge of your back foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. And you open up your arms at shoulder height. There's like a long line running down from your front heel all the way back to the middle of your back foot. Now for side angle, we're going to put the left elbow down on the left thigh. Reach that right arm up and overhead. And if it's okay for your neck, you can look kind of underneath your right armpit. Here, there's a long line from your right foot all the way up to your right hand. Like that line is making an angle with the floor, hence the name side angle. And we're going to inhale, come up to a warrior 2 again. Straighten out your front leg and slide your left hand forward and then lowering that left hand down somewhere along your front leg. Doesn't have to be super high, just somewhere along that leg. Trying to think more kind of length rather than how low you can go here. Again, depending on how your neck's feeling, you can look up or down. We're trying to kind of even out the arms. So there's like one line going up and down. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, take a big step to the top of your mat. And that was one side. Really nice job. For the other side, let's pick up that left leg, open it out to the side, and find ideally the same height you had for the other side. It's okay if it doesn't happen, but it's just nice if it's symmetrical. And let's inhale to sweep the arms up if you tried that before. Maybe you also try looking up towards the sky, towards the ceiling, challenging yourself by changing that gaze point. Last inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Point your left knee forward for a second and take a big step back with that foot. Warrior one on this side. So remember, you have to have your left toes facing diagonally, about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Bring your hips forward, pointing them to the top of your mat. And we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Maybe you have your hands touching, or if you feel like your shoulders need a little more space, feel free to separate your hands so they're floating in line with your shoulders. Make sure your front knee is bent. Feel that stability kind of grounding through your legs. All right, we're going to inhale here and exhale, turn this into a warrior two. So turn that back foot open, find those two parallel edges, the outside of your foot, the back of your mat. And for side angle, we're going to inhale to slide the right hand forward and put the right elbow down on your front thigh. Send your left arm long up by your ear. You're finding a long line from the outside of your left foot all the way up to your left hand. Make sure your shoulders have lots of room. You're not kind of collapsing into that right shoulder. Push into your right thigh with your right elbow. Inhale up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. And then inhale, slide your right hand forward. And exhale, lower that hand down. Again, somewhere along that leg is fine. Anywhere is fine. And then you can look up or you can look down. And this is a triangle pose. We're trying to make kind of a long line with the arms, like a big arm going up and down. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, big step to the top of your mat as gracefully as you can. Hands together at heart center. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, find a flat back. Put your hands on the floor and step back to a plank position. Inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Lower your knees down. Maybe you want to try lowering just halfway down, challenging your upper body strength. And then inhale, extending your arms for a stronger up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes back for a downward facing dog. So that's a slightly trickier version of the vinyasa. It requires more upper body strength and more flexibility in the back. So just see how it feels for you. Inhale, pick up your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look at the hands, and we're going to step the feet up to the hands once more. Inhale, find your flat back once you get there. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing, reach your arms up, and exhale, hands together. Now something different. Inhale, bring your arms up, have your hands in line with your shoulders, and exhale, bend your knees, sit back into a chair pose. Try picking up your toes a few times. This ensures that your weight is back in your heels. And make sure you can't see your fingers, so try wiggling them. If you can see them, move them up and out of your vision. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, pick up your right leg. And exhale, drop that foot at the back of your mat. Put your back knee down. And we're going to walk our hands over towards the right, facing the lunge of your mat. And bring your hands up to your hips. You're up in like a half kneeling position. Start to pulse a little bit in these little side lunges. Inhaling as you come up. Exhaling as you lunge over. Next one, we're going to hold it. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice inhale, come up. And then face the front of your mat again. Feel free to readjust if you need to. Walk your hands up to your front thigh. And we're going to inhale, sweep the arms open. Exhale, hands to the back of your head in a basket. This can feel really nice. So you open up your elbows, you kind of lean back, let your head drop back into your hands. If it feels a little too intense, feel free to bring your back knee in a little closer. Otherwise, just enjoy this opening in your hip and your chest. And then you can put your hands down and shift your hips back, stretching your front leg. Really flex your front foot so you get a nice strong stretch in the back of your left leg, also in your calf. And as you inhale, think about lengthening your spine. Exhaling to kind of fold forward a little bit more over that leg. Inhale, shift forward. Walk your hands to the long edge, but just keep walking them all the way to the back of your mat. Your right hand is on the floor. Float your left leg up, float your left arm up. This is called a baby half moon. It's like a miniature version of the half moon pose. And really flex your foot so you can pick it up a little higher. Activate that side body. You got it. Nice job. Inhale. And then exhale, you can put your foot down, walk your hands back the front of your mat. Tuck your back toes under, pick up your back knee, and take a huge step forward with that back foot. So 2 feet at the top of the mat again. Inhale to bend your knees and sweep your arms up so you end up in that chair pose again. So as the name implies, like you're sitting back in a high chair. Your toes are light, your heels are heavy. Make sure you can't see your fingertips. Long spine, inhale. And then exhale, fold forward. Nice. You should be feeling some heat in the legs. Inhale, pick up your left leg. Exhale, put that foot at the back of your mat. Put your back knee down. And walk your hands over to the other long edge of your mat, bringing your hands up to your hips. Start with your lunges. Your side lunges, opening up the groin, the inner thigh. And the next one of these, we're going to hold it. So next time that you're over in your lunge, we're going to stay here. We're going to stabilize and feel that stretch for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Woo, nice job. Put your hands at the top of your mat, face the front of your mat again, and walk your hands up to your front thigh. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to the back of your head, and allow that head to fall back into your hands, your elbows to open, your chest, your left hip to open up. Again, feel free to adjust if this is a little too intense for you. Breathing, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, put your hands down, and we're going to stretch that front leg, flex the front foot. This is called a runner's stretch. It's a half lunge, essentially. And we're inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold forward a little bit more. All right. From here, we're going to inhale to walk ourselves to the long edge of the mat again and keep going. Go all the way to your back of your mat. Left hand is on the floor, right leg and right arm are lifted, baby half moon. Flex your floating foot. Try and pick it up a little higher. Feel how that kind of turns on the whole right side of your body. Good job. We're going to inhale here and exhale. You can lower your foot down to the floor and walk yourself all the way back to the front of your mat. Tuck under your back toes, kind of activate your back leg, and big step to the front of your mat. 2 feet to the top of your mat. Grab your elbows, drop your head, take that ragdoll position. Give everything a little shake. Release your hands down, keep your knees bent, roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, you get to the top. We're going to sweep the arms open up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to find a flat back. And we're going to pick up the heels and lower ourselves down. So we're balancing on the balls of the feet. Try and let go of the floor if you can. Bring your hands together at heart center. Find that balance. Make sure you're breathing. And then reach your arms forward. And as gracefully as you can, drop your hips down to the floor. And shift yourself back until your legs can be straight on your mat. We're going to inhale here. And then exhale, folding forward, and just hold on somewhere along your legs. Don't stress too much about where you're at right now. Hold on to the ankles or the knees or the feet. And with every inhale, think lengthen your spine. Find some length in your spine. With every exhale, maybe you can fold yourself a little bit deeper. Breathing deeply. Sending that breath down into your belly. Inhale to sit up. And exhale, fold your right leg in like that tree pose shape, but like it's on the floor now. And we're going to inhale to lengthen. And exhale, fold right over that straight leg. And again, just hold on wherever your hands have landed. And the same idea here. We inhale to lengthen the spine. We exhale to fold. And it can feel really nice to kind of even out your rib cage over your straight leg. Now we're going to inhale to come up. And we're going to open up the angle of the legs a little more. So bring your thighs a little more open. So you're really truly facing the longe of your mat now. Inhale, pick up your right arm. And exhale, lean over your straight leg. This is now a side bend. This is called the gate pose. So you can imagine it's like a gate. And maybe we're not totally closing the gate. That's totally fine. But we're going in that direction. Like we're going to close the gate with our right arm. Inhale, sit up. Put your right hand behind you. And then push into that hand and lift your hips up. So we're stretching the other side of the body now, the left side. This is like a really nice side stretch, back bendy feeling. Inhale here. And exhale, lower down. Nice. Let's try the other side. So send both legs straight forward. And then your left leg folds into that tree pose shape. Inhale to sit up tall. And then exhale, folding right over your straight leg. Finding something to hold on to. So that with every inhale, you can find some length, like a column in your spinal column. And exhale, maybe fold a little deeper. And angling the left rib cage down more now. Let's inhale to sit all the way up. And exhale, open up your legs a little wider so you're facing the longe of your mat. And inhale, pick up your left arm. Exhale to lean over your straight right leg. Maybe you're looking up or looking down. See what works for your neck. Gate pose on the other side. All right. We're going to inhale, come all the way up. And then put your hand behind you. Really push into it so you can lift your hips up. And try that big stretch on the other side, on the right side of your body. You should maybe feel this in your side body and your hip. A little bit of a chest opener also. Inhale. Exhale, lower down with control. Extend both legs forward and scoot yourself forward. So your feet are at the top of the mat. Your butt is about in the middle of your mat. Make sure you have room behind you. And we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, just take a slow, controlled roll down onto your back. When you're on the floor, take a nice big stretch. Point your toes, reach your arms big. Inhale, open the mouth, and exhale. Nice. Bring your arms down by your sides and set your feet down on the floor. And make sure your fingertips can just barely touch your heels. Lift your hips up away from the floor. This is called a bridge pose. And a lot of people like to bind the hands to a basket and then tuck their shoulders kind of more underneath them. See if that feels good for you. It makes more opening in your chest. And wherever you are, we're breathing. Like we're breathing into the whole front layer of our body, the hips, the belly, the chest, the thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly release your hands, release everything down to the floor. And bring your feet wide again to the longes of your mat. Drop your knees in towards the center. This is the position we found at the beginning of class. Bring your hands to your belly and feel the difference in the body, in the breath, between the beginning of class and now. Feel maybe more warmth, maybe more awareness, maybe a little more fatigue. That's also understandable. Just notice where your body is at right now. Feel your breath rising and falling in your belly. All right, let's bring the feet together. The knees are still glued together. And let's inhale, pick up the hips. Like we did at the beginning of class, drop them over towards the right and drop your knees to the left. Look away from your knees to the right. And see what position you want to take with your arms. You could do like a classic T shape or a cactus shape. Just see what feels good for your spine, for your shoulders. Again, feel free to extend one leg if you feel this is a little too intense for your back at this point. Breathing deeply, feeling any changes in your body, in your mind, in your breath. Feel how the breath enters the body and leaves the body, and you can inhale, bring the knees up to the center. And let's try the other side. So bump your hips to the left, drop your knees right, and look away from your knees over your left shoulder. Notice how, as we approach the end of the class, the breath naturally slows down. We start to spend more breaths in each pose, calming our nervous system down, telling our body it's okay to relax and rest here. Let's make our way to the center and take our final happy baby pose. So again, you grab the insides or outsides of your feet. You might need to thread your elbows to the inside of your knees, and notice if you're feeling a little warmer, you can really pull the knees down towards your armpits. And then release your feet and extend your legs straight out, setting up for our final Shavasana, our final rest pose. So make sure you have enough room. Make sure you're warm enough. Let the legs take up some room. Let the toes splay out. The arms a little away from the body. The palms turned up. Close your eyes. And let go of any intentional breathing. Just let your breath happen on its own here. Bring your mind to focus on the feeling of your breath. Feel how it entirely on its own comes into the body, fills the body, nourishes the body, and as you exhale, how it leaves the body a little softer, a little stiller. And just continue to watch your body, watch your breath. Start to deepen your breath and start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, circle out your wrists, and take a nice big stretch, reach, and big inhale. Exhale, release. Bring your knees into your chest and roll a little bit from side to side. And then roll onto one side. And maybe you want to give yourself a little hug of appreciation to your body, to yourself for this practice today. Make your way up to a comfortable seated position and bring your hands to heart center. We have this moment of appreciation, of gratitude for our practice. Bring your hands up to your forehead, and we bow to each other, we bow to ourselves. Namaste. All right, everyone. Really nice job. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Suzanne. If you have any questions or requests, feel free to drop them down below. And I'll see you next time on the mat. Take care.